Most bridges just get you from one place to another, but some have a history worth telling. The covered bridges we visited date as far back as 1904, each with its own story. But one of them has something unique that caught our attention. Dad and I had been wanting to do a covered bridge tour since 2019, so it was very exciting to be able to add this to an already amazing trip. This adventure occurred after our visit to Maggie Valley and riding the Moonshiner 28. Links to these videos in the description. We visited all the covered bridges in the covered bridge capital of Alabama, Blount County, plus one. They have a covered bridge trail where you can visit all three of them, but the one we visited in Coleman County is the most interesting. It was paid for by a mailman. More on that after we visit the first three. Now you may be like me and think 3 covered bridges, is that really enough to be the covered bridge capital? Well, Alabama has about 13 covered bridges and this county has 3 of them. So that's about 25% of the total covered bridges in Alabama. So sometimes you don't have to be good, you just have to be better than everyone else. So leaving Red Top Mountain State Park in Georgia, we ride over to the closest covered bridge in Blount County, Alabama. Horton Mill Covered Bridge. This bridge, built in 1934, has seen some trouble. It was closed for 6 years due to vandals trying to remove supports with a tow chain. It reopened in 2013. It was the first covered bridge in the Southeast to be added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1970, and the highest covered bridge above any U.S. waterway. It was permanently closed to traffic in 2022 due to safety concerns and costly repairs. It's only a short drive to our next covered bridge. I couldn't find much information on the easily covered bridge. It is the oldest in Blount County, having been built in 1927, and the only one we could still drive on. Another short drive to get to the last in the county, Swan Covered Bridge. This bridge was built in 1933 on the Swan Farm to connect to the Joy community. And it's the longest surviving covered bridge in Alabama at 324 feet long. This bridge has been involved in 2 vehicle accidents. In 2018, someone driving an SUV too fast around a corner and crashed and caused $50,000 of damage. Then in 2021, a driver of a box truck evidently didn't pay attention to the height of his truck. The bridge remained open until repairs were made, but closed indefinitely in late 2022. Now we leave Blount County and head to the most interesting bridge of the trip, the Clarkson Covered Bridge. This bridge is also known as the Leg Bridge or the Clarkson Leg Bridge. The Leg Bridge was open to vehicles until 1962 when a concrete bridge was constructed nearby. It is now a beautiful park with a Verbo rental available. James Legg, a farmer and mail carrier, in 1904 paid for the bridge to be constructed for the sum of $1,500. That's over $53,000 in 2025 dollars. Mr. Legg was a man of the community and had built the bridge because he realized the need to improve transportation in the area. I think this is great, but I don't understand the amount of money he paid for this. I understand he as a mailman would see where the travel pains would be, but he and his wife had 14 children. How did he have these kind of finances? I'd like to know more about this man, but so far little has turned up. He was born in Georgia in 1865, moved to Cullum County, Alabama in 1885, 2 years after getting married. He was well respected in the community and died at 70. It's that little dash there in between that counts. It sounds like James Legg made it count, but I don't have the details. If you'd like to know any more about these bridges or James Legg, or you have something to share, please fill out in the comments. And if you like this sort of thing, please hit the subscribe button. Covered bridges are a beautiful picture of the rich history of travel and connection. One bridge I'd like to visit in Alabama is referred to as the Kissing Bridge because courting couples, when they crossed over that bridge, they had a little bit of privacy. These treasures deserve to be recognized and preserved. If you have one in your area, go visit. You can also visit the National Society for the Preservation of covered bridges to learn more. Although to get much information you need to register, but it's free. Well, this is Redbeard. Until my next adventure, see you on the road.